welcome to the Cozy Little Library today with your Clean Reads Book Buddy. I'm excited to chat with you today. I've got my hot tea and my colonial teacup. Recently, Lindsay from BFCG did a quarter-year crisis book tag, and she said she was pretty much tagging others that wanted to do it. We're going to talk about some favorites and not so favorites so far, and y'all are going to be surprised. I have some unpopular opinions coming up. Let's get started. Question number 1, how many books have you read so far? 25. Number 2, have you found a book that may be a favorite for the year? If not, what's been the favorite so far? I thought it would be fun to give you my favorite so far in several different genres. So let's grab the physical books that I have. For our classics genre, it would be Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I read this for Alcott April, and I'm showing you the children's classic, but I actually listened to the unabridged audiobook. I had not read that in so long. I want the Barnes & Noble classic physical copy, the hardcover. I didn't remember this book having such Christian undertones, but it was absolutely wonderful. There's a little part kind of in the middle. It seemed to last forever, and I was kind of bored with that, but besides that, the rest of it is charming. At least listen to the audiobook. It's going to take a while. It's a long novel. So many Christian truths that I love. If you want to see the full review, you have to check out my Goodreads. It'll be linked in the description. I put a lot of my favorite quotes in there and a lot more details. In the fantasy genre, we have The Secret Curse, which is book number 3 in the Queen's Rise series, a YA fantasy book based on the villains of Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Beauty and the Beast. It's a clean YA fantasy series that I absolutely love. I'm loving her books so far, and I highly recommend. I'm going to share one quote with you, and that's all I'm going to tell you about the book. Leaning down, I lowered my head and let my lips brush against his one last time. I think I could have loved you more than anyone, I whispered, allowing the tears to fall. They dripped down onto his cheeks before trailing into the grass. If you hadn't broken my trust, I would have been yours forever. So good. Highly recommend. In the historical romance, we have Edenbrook by Julianne Donaldson. I'm obsessed with this precious but exciting Regency romance meets Anne Shirley shenanigans story. I love the author's writing style. Marianne is a daydreamer, a nature lover, a twirler with a heart for others, and a fierce determination to be herself. Chapter 1 begins in Bath, England in 1816. Need I say more? I enjoyed this adventure and sweet romance. Number 3, any 1-star or least favorites? Yes, there are, and these are very sad. We have Dear Mr. Knightley by Catherine Ray, and, so sad, Fairest of Heart. We'll start with this one since this is the most disappointing. This is a good novel. The premise is amazing. It's a historical fiction, Christian fiction, and it's my first Western, historical Western. Plus it's also a fairy tale retelling of Snow White. You can tell there, her name is Penelope Snow. There is a female villain. We have 7 older gentlemen that are supposed to be the dwarfs, and then we have a Texas Ranger as the hero. Yes, please. The premise is amazing. The story, the Christian content is amazing. Here's what I didn't appreciate, and I haven't decided how many stars, but it's probably gonna be 2, just because there's so much detailed focus on sensuality. These weren't just passing mentions like with the villain and her seducing men and that kind of thing. Okay, cool, whatever. You can kind of imply some things in a Christian historical novel. I don't really want to get into the details, and there's so much focus on the physical attributes of our main character Penelope and our female villain, on and on. Otherwise, I love the faith, I love the old gentleman, love the ranger. Penelope was sweet, but I was disappointed in that emphasis on the sensuality. It was just too much. I had such high hopes. I mean, look at this cover. The title alone, as a Jane Austen lover, the premise of a college student having a mysterious benefactor that wanted her to write him letters and address him as Mr. Knightley. But it ended up being so much different than I thought it was going to be. It had heavy topics and had to make myself keep reading this, honestly. I was just disappointed, is all I can say. Number 4, most read genre so far. Definitely contemporary Christian romance, which is surprising. That's typically not the case, but I have found a lot that I love recently, so that's exciting. Classics and nonfiction came in second. 5, a book that surprised you. Definitely the Audible original of Anne of Green Gables, but it's as if you are listening to a play on stage. You hear all the small sounds. It's called A Rich Sound Design, and there is a huge A-list Canadian cast. I highly recommend listening to this version. Number 6, a book that's come out this year that you want to read but haven't yet. I have the ebook of Loyally Luke that I'm going to start tonight. I'm so excited. Number 7, one goal you made that you're succeeding at. I set a very gentle goal on Goodreads to read 28 books this year, which is very small, I know. I wanted it to be fun, and I'm at 25 already, and I'm having a blast. Number 8, one goal you made that you need to focus on: to spend time in the community tab, chatting with y'all, and to have fun making a reading journal for the first time. I make my notes, I put my stars in here, and I decorate with my washi tape. But I've also had fun making these little photos of the books that I've been reading. It's a lot of fun. And number 9, new to you Booktubers for 2024 that you recommend. I'm brand new to making booktube videos and watching them, so I'm going to mention just a few that I've been able to watch a few of their videos. I honestly don't know how long each of them has been making videos, but I'll link them in my description. So number 1, Morgan's Endless Bookshelf. I love her quick, fun, matter-of-fact explanation for things, her love of Narnia like me, and her also childlike wonder. Bethany Brings Books. I love her sweet personality, and she seems to have a very wide range of what she reads, and the ones that I've watched so far have been very interesting. Alma's Book Journey. She's super sweet. She's gorgeous, and I'm curious to see what all kind of books that she's going to be talking about in the next few weeks. In Search of Wonder, we also have a lot in common in the types of books that she reads, and I like that she uploads pretty often. Tales and Treats with Tay. She is a Southern gal like me, and I trust her opinion. We have similar taste in books, and I trust what she has to say about them, and I really enjoy her videos. That's all, y'all. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope it was helpful. Until next time.